ما أريد من هذا الشعب إلا أن يزيد في الحمد والشكر إلى الله عز وجل، ويزيد من محبة الوطن، ويزيد من العمل ومضاعفة العمل لما يسعى فيه من خير له وللدولة والأهل. هذا اللي أنا أدوره من الشعب، وربنا إن شاء الله يوفقنا جميعا على ما يحب ويرضى.
Today, we are pleased to host Mr. Raju Rambatla to discuss the logistics and freight sector in the UAE. Mr. Raju Rambatla represents Crystal Cargo as a CEO. To know more, stay tuned. Welcome, dear audience, to our and your favorite program, Peers of Union, which invites the most successful and talented people here in the UAE. Today, from Dubai, and a new successful story with Mr. Raju Rambatla, the CEO of Crystal Cargo. Welcome, Mr. We are pleased to host you today.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
First, Mr., we need to talk about your successful career journey to present you to everyone.
Career is successful, that's why I'm here with you. I was born in India, and I graduated in India, and I did my post-graduation in the UK in Scotland, and then I studied business administration, I studied shipping, I studied international marketing, I studied law. These are my basic qualifications to qualify to come into my business. But before I came into business, I was only working as a mudir in a shipping company in India. I used to represent a private company in Indian government Ministry of Shipping and Transport in New Delhi. That was way back in 1971-74. Ministry of Shipping and Transport was representing an international organization called Transchart, Transportation in Chartering. It means Government of India was importing millions of tons of rice, sugar, fertilizer, wheat, rock phosphate, and all those commodities for the Government of India. They were importing from all over the world. So I was representing in the Ministry of Shipping. My business was to give them ships which can bring those material from America, from Australia, from Korea, from China, and deliver to Indian ports. Yes. At that time, the Minister for Transport said, Mr. Raju, you are only 22, you are already a general manager in India, why don't you go and study shipping in the UK? So they motivated me to go to Scotland. I got myself education in a city called Glasgow in United Kingdom. I did my master's in shipping and transport. After that, I went back to India, and then they said, now that you are qualified, we are going to send you on a government mission to Iraq. Indian government and Iraqi government, Saddam Hussein, they had agreement to do construction project in 53 locations in Iraq, from Qasr, Basra, Samara, Hilla, Nasiriyah, Karbala, Kut, Najaf, Baghdad, Ramadi, Mosul, Talafar, Shirgat, Sinjar, Al-Qaim. All these places, Indian government had projects, construction project. My responsibility was to transport, custom clearing, delivering the material for the projects. This was my basic, responsibility. But at that time, Iraq was very busy, Saddam Hussein was very busy fighting Ayatollah Khomeini, the Iran-Iraq war, because of the Shatt al-Arab. The Shatt al-Arab fighting was going on. Missiles are flying between Baghdad and Tehran, and we are working in projects. And I'm going every day for shipping, transportation, etc. Life was not very comfortable. I could see missiles falling in my kitchen door. I can see people running away. I could see 1,000 Egyptian employees from a chemical factory near Baghdad, all killed, and their dead bodies were sent to Egypt. I said, this is not my country. So I moved from Iraq to Kuwait. And in Kuwait, I started working, sending material to Iraq. This was my career. This is how I started my life.
Mr. Every successful journey at the beginnings faced many challenges. So what challenges did you face at the beginning of your career journey?
That's really an interesting question. I was thinking I will be in the most exciting period of my life, going from India to be representing in shipping and transportation for 55 projects in Iraq, from south to north, everywhere. But I did not know that Saddam Hussein was fighting a 7.5 years war between Iran and Iraq. Silkworm missiles, Scud missiles, soldiers on the road, dead bodies on the road. The challenges were too many. Iraq was a socialist country. So everything we did, we had to take permission from the Iraqi government. If somebody in my office, if he lost his family in India, he cannot go to India without the approval from the Home Department of Iraqi government. By the time he gets the permission, already 20 days finished. So this man cannot go to see his family. So the challenges were too much.
Mr. What about the supporting individuals that helped you achieve all these challenges we have been talked about, or helped you personally?
Luckily for me, because of my integrity, because of my commitment to the industry, I've got more than one, person whom I can consider as my support, my God's gift. The professional industry people, the French gentleman who gave me $1 million dirham, for me, he is my biggest supporter. Without that, I cannot start this business. Number two, the government of Dubai, I remember Mr. Ali Jallaf. Mr. Ali Jallaf used to be the Emirati gentleman who was in the Dubai cargo village. He was at that time the director for Dubai Cargo Village. He openly invited me and my people to come. He supported me with every facility, every discount, every documentation, every qanoon. They really helped us make our life feel very comfortable. No government is so honest and clean as Dubai, which we felt was the best thing that can happen to us. So much so that we invited the French, we invited the Italian, we invited the German, we invited the American, come start your business in Jebel Ali Free Zone. Then there is an organization called MEED, Middle East Economic Digest, MEED. This is a British journalist company dealing with trade and shipping and international marketing. One of the directors of MEED, they selected me. They asked me to go to London, to Frankfurt, to Houston, to Kuwait to make a presentation how to do business in Dubai, how to do business in Free Zone. And I went conducting seminars and organization and brought freight forwarding, shipping into Middle East. That's my background.
So now, Mr., we need to focus more on Crystal Cargo.
Sure.
What are the vision and mission of Crystal Cargo?
Crystal Cargo was born in Arabic, as they call as a majboor, by default. I was not prepared to open a company, but Saddam Hussein forced me to open a company. I think so. In a way, he did a good thing by supporting me. Though I lost everything in Iraq, I think he motivated me to start my own business. When I started this business, I must tell you, I don't have brothers to carry forward my business. So I have only 2 daughters, and they are not interested to join me in the business. So my mission was to create like-minded people, to make them come together and then work for a common cause. Make them understand that we are not competing with each other, but we are collaborating with each other. So we have to make a bigger force. I should not stay as a small 5 people, 10 people company, but I should create smaller satellite companies of Arabs, Indians, and other Asian origin. Make them understand that if we bring everybody's talent together, our mission will be to become a global company. That is my main mission. Today, I must proudly say that in Dubai, I have about 6 freight forwarding companies who were trained by me as managers, as my staff, as my employees before in Kuwait and in Jordan. They are all here having their own independent companies. But they are not my competition. Each company has something special. One company is offering transportation, other companies offering relocation, third company is operating dangerous goods, chemicals, perfumes, oil and gas. This kind of different industry experts. Each company is an expert in it. So I bring all of them together into one common group called Crystal Group. I want Crystal Group to become a bigger organization, to make it international so we can compete with international companies. That's my mission. And my vision is that even though I came from 1950s, where there was no computer, where there was no container, where there was no modern transportation, because of the modern society in Dubai, which is promoting artificial intelligence, promoting modern language. So I want to integrate the old school and the new school, bring them together and to become international.
Mr. What's better, the old school or the new school?
Good question. The old school believes in hard work, ethics, morals, values. New school are also having ethics and morals and values, but the new school is impatient. They want the baby to be born in 3 months, but baby cannot be born in 3 months. Baby needs to be in the mother's womb for 9 months. So the new school must know that if you want to be comfortable, if you want to be successful, have patience, bring all the old values from the family, old values from your parents, what you learned, ethics, morals, honesty, truth, bring all those into AI, artificial, integrate them, and then you will be successful. This is my mind. And one of the most important thing, the ruling family of Dubai or ruling family of UAE is very conscious, and they are teaching the new generation, please don't forget the old values. They have given you everything in open black and white. Please use them. Do not compromise. Baby is not born in 3 months.
What are the challenges that your company faced and how it overcome these challenges?
When I started my company, based on my background is very limited AI. My AI is very limited. Very limited because I came at that time when I started. So because of my limitation, because of my old school thinking, the staff which I was recruiting also had old school philosophy. So that was by nature, human nature. I will feel more comfortable somebody who speaks my language, not the AI language. So I was taking all the old school people. So whereas the world was moving forward in an AI, chat GPT, Z generation, Y generation, etc. So we had 2 or 3 cyber crimes. Our company was facing big challenges. We transferred money for international transfer, cyber crime. We did not do the insurance. We made old school mistakes. So from these challenges we learned. So we started integrating new school staff, new school professionals. So we have now fully secure. We have gone into track and trace. I have got what is called as modern tracking, modern tracing, modern application of IT technology in our industry. So we are, for example, I'll give you an idea. When I used to work in Basra, we were supplying Mitsubishi pipes from Basra to Rumaila to Nasiriyah to Karbala to Hilla to Kut. This is about nearly 350 kilometers of water pipeline and oil pipeline. From the port, we have to deliver pipeline all the way. But sitting in one port, I do not know if the pipeline is delivered without damage or not. Because in those days, we did not have modern technology. Now, the modern technology we are using for the same pipeline is drones. We are using drones because those pipelines are so hot, you cannot touch the chemicals. It is underground. So we use modern technology, AI intelligence and tracking and tracing is amazing. Nowadays, if there is any sensitive material which I want to follow, I will put an AI tracking system into the box, and then we put it in the ship or put it in the plane. This indicator will follow until it is delivered to America, to Argentina. I can follow where is my cargo. Before I cannot. So those kind of technology we are using. So we are definitely modern, not anymore the old school. So we use modern technology to increase our efficiency.
Mr. How does Crystal Cargo leverage the technology to optimize supply chain management?
Crystal Cargo did very little to optimize the technology. It's the government of Dubai that supported us by optimizing the environment of logistic industry, optimize the infrastructure of the logistic industry, optimize the port facilities, optimize the economics infrastructure. They contributed to optimize my company efficiency. So my answer is a little bit, not straight, but honestly, it's not my own creation. It's the government support that created the incentive to move forward. That is my answer to you for the optimization. Honestly.
Mr. So what are the goals for your company in the next 5 to 10 years?
I am already in communication with 4 companies whose owners are trained by me. Today they are operating in a small way in freight forwarding, logistic industry, in packaging, in relocation, in aerospace, in oil and gas. I'm at customs clearing, transportation in the Middle East, GCC. So I'm optimizing the resources by bringing all of them together, coming under one umbrella, creating a group name, and then trying to compete with the multinational companies. So that is my strategy. In fact, 2 of the owners are waiting outside, waiting to confirm my commitment to them, and everything will be transparent. That's how we want to leverage and grow.
Mr. So the UAE governments have set many laws and regulation in this field, freight and logistic industry. So how your company benefits from these laws and regulation, or how these laws helped by the successful of your company?
UAE government, starting 35 years before, they created Jebel Ali Free Zone. Jebel Ali Free Zone is probably a case study that can be discussed in Harvard or Princeton or Yale University for being the largest and the most successful free zones ever created by any government in this modern world. Jebel Ali Free Zone is absolutely one of the most brilliant success stories of you can see ever in this part of the world, in the GCC. Not in Saudi Arabia, not in Kuwait, not in the other Arab Gulf countries. Only UAE is created. But they were not happy, they were not satisfied, they were not going to be relaxed. They created Kizad, another Abu Dhabi initiative, just a little away from Jebel Ali. Kizad is another international logistic park. There are 26 or 27 free zones were created by UAE government for education, for gold and silver, for chemical trading, for projects, there are about 27, if I'm not sure, maybe they are creating every day one more. So these free zones are basically offering incentive to multinational companies, Fortune 500 companies, to come and operate from UAE. Why? Because in their countries, they pay 38%, 40%, 45% duty and taxes in their country. For example, if they make $1 million profit, they pay 40% tax to the government.
Yes.
But if you come to the free zone in Dubai or in UAE, you don't pay any tax. Government of UAE gives them 15 years guarantee, no tax. So those international companies, we as freight forwarders, we are visiting all those countries, educating them. We become a representative of UAE indirectly as PRO of UAE government. We go and talk to them. Why don't you come to Dubai? Why don't you come to Abu Dhabi? Why don't you come to Ajman? Why don't you come to Ras Al Khaimah? There are free zones, there are facilities available, safety, security, politically independent. They respect all countries, all nationalities. They don't charge you tax. Come. So we become the PRO of UAE government. We go and invite them. I can introduce you in Dubai and in Abu Dhabi, at least 16 companies I have brought from other countries, from Italy, from France, from Germany. They are operating in UAE. So that itself is a window to success.
Mr. Most of people are watching us are from the new generation, and they see from your story a successful story. So what's your advice today to the people are looking to enter the field of logistics and freights?
UAE as a country is an oil producing country. About recently it became a trading country, but it started with oil and gas as a supplier, one of the world's largest oil producing countries. Even today, Abu Dhabi has got one of the largest reserves of oil and gas. Sharjah has got a large reserve of gas. Having said that, if you remember, about 35 years ago, we had only a small terminal in Dubai airport, one airport, small airport. And there was one small airport in Sharjah, which was hardly called an airport. And Abu Dhabi was also a very small airport. But move forward 35 years away. Today, you have got many international airlines operating in UAE. Dubai government alone has got Emirates Airlines and Fly Dubai. Etihad Airways has grown in a huge way. And similarly, all over UAE, the number of aircrafts are increasing by the year. As per the aerospace industry, aviation, logistic industry, IATA studies in international airlines, today UAE, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, the GCC, have got the world's largest new aircraft orders. A350, A380, A390, Boeings, all new models are coming. More than any other country, it's coming only to the Middle East. Which means the new generation must be aware with the AI and the technology development, with the logistic industry infrastructure in UAE, the students coming from the neighboring countries must take advantage of this economic development, join aviation industry, logistic industry, transport industry, study the graduate and become masters in this industry. You got huge opportunities, including in Saudi Arabia. Neom is a new city where they've got $45 billion budget to develop a new city in Saudi Arabia. Fly Nas, Saudi Airlines, and in combination with UAE, Oman, Qatar, Kuwait, all these countries in GCC, Gulf Cooperation Council, are the biggest resources for the new generation to make the future. You may probably go to Harvard, you may probably go to Canada, you may probably go to New Zealand to get higher education, but don't forget your base is here where you will get maximum benefit, revenues, and future. This is my forecast.
We will conclude this meeting by a message from you to all the rulers and governments in the UAE.
Kula Muntu Bukhair, I really feel very grateful to the rulers of UAE. I have nothing but praises for you for several reasons. First reason is you do not discriminate between the rich and the poor. You do not discriminate between the white and the black. You do not discriminate between the young and the old. As long as we have a right heart, a right mind, and right appreciation, you have created Ministry for Happiness. You have created the safest city or a safest country. You have created all religion tolerant country. I don't think anybody coming from a very poor family I never used to have lunch during my 4 years of school because I come from a very poor family in India. But today I can say that because of your support, your vision, I was able to become a successful businessman and able to perform legally, truthfully, honestly, which you appreciate, ethically. I think I would never have done it in America or in any other country. Thank you very much.
And also thank you for you, Mr., for this amazing interview.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you are able to find somebody who has the right heart in the right place. Thank you for taking time to come all the way, to meet with me.
Dear audience, this is the end of our episode. Watch us next week and goodbye.